Friends, in this chapter of Universal Book Club, I like to show how God works through all authors, speaks through all authors. God did not stop working when the New Testament was completed, okay? No. We will see eternal truths, words of wisdom, universal themes, call it what you will, just in titles and captions of these new books that are retelling stories from the ancients and from the Old and New Testaments. Let's go there. Valley of Forgetting, the links of broken memory. A mountainous region in Colombia was beset by cases of early onset Alzheimer's. One researcher saw an opportunity to discover the genetic triggers of the disease. Families agreed to participate in a demanding research project that would go on for years without any guarantee that it would help them. And it will not, but they're contributing to research. Eminent Jews, eminences who don't measure up, artists and intellectuals who share a capacity to surprise, unsettle, and sometimes to our outrage, self-promotion. Here Norman Mailer is. This one in the same book refers to Leonard Bernstein. Denby's heroes share a distaste for rules and a willingness to celebrate themselves. A lot of people do that, don't they, right? 5 best on satires. Here's a good quote. Wit has truth in it. Wisecracking is merely calisthenics with words. So Eleanor Lipman names her 5 best. She's the author of Every Tom, Dick, and Harry. She mentions Excellent Women, 52. How I Became a Famous Novelist, 2009. Joe College, 2000. The Buddha of Suburbia, 1990. The Portable Dorothy Parker, in 06. Naples, 1944, The Cost of Conquering. After Allied forces gained control of Naples, containing the chaos posed a struggle of its own. Realities about war, right? Children of Radium, a family's poison legacy. Even after a German Jewish chemist resettled in Turkey, his work was still of value to the Nazis. Heartbreaker. Good quote by, or one of Tom Petty's songs. I'd show you stars you never could see. Babe, it couldn't have been that easy to forget about me. Great lyricist, musician. Upon finding success, the band was told its income would now be evenly divided. 50% for Tom Petty, 50% for the Heartbreakers. Sam Sachs does a great job on Fiction. The new titles this week, Flesh, Audition, Rabbit Moon, and then quick summary. Seduced first by his neighbor and then later by the wife of his boss, a man is troubled by his desires. Hello. Universal themes. Okay. This one on Salvador Dali, Surreal, The Art of Being Gala. Gala is the only person I listen to, Salvador Dali once wrote of his wife in a letter to a friend. Dali's partner played many roles, muse, defender, collaborator, in a life that seemed to be one continuous work of art. The Trails of Missing Persons, Heartwood and the Museum Detective. A hiker goes missing in Maine, and suddenly our fear of what happened turns into dread at what might happen next. Exit Wounds, A Rose's Last Thorns. Charles Dickens quote, life is made of ever so many partings welded together. You bet it is. This review notes, memoirs don't have to be by celebrities or household names to be compelling. Take Peter Godwin. Exit Wounds is the 3rd installment of Mr. Godwin's own private story. Both mother and son were scarred from living through war. Could her final days bring relief? And then finally, we have these shortcuts on emancipation. Loved ones separated by slavery. In this new book, Last Seen. Among the dark legacies of slavery in America was the sundering of black families. We know those stories. Then finally, When Marriage Was a Trial. Tangled Fortunes. In its landmark 1967 Loving versus Virginia ruling, the U.S. Supreme Court finally bestowed protection on interracial marriages. So just by looking at titles, captions, and quotes, these are great history lessons, all right?